we'll see if things cooperate tonight. Looks like Mike's on with us. John's on and ready to go. So, obviously, Sunday night went completely haywire on us. No idea what happened. All I know is when I hit live, the whole screen went bright green. And I have zero idea what happened. But we've got a few things to check out tonight. We'll squeeze in a Toy Tuesday. We'll definitely be ready to go back on live next Sunday night. And hopefully everything cooperates and we can get together again for Sunday Night Live chat. It would be weird. I mean, we haven't been on in the last 2 weeks. So Bill Disc's here. I missed the last 2 Sundays. I was out of town on one of them, and then everything went bonkers last week. So Neil's on. But for tonight, we're going to catch a few signs real quick. So don't have a ton of stuff to go over tonight. I've got a ton of stuff that we're going to be going over, but I don't have it all ready for tonight. Josh is here with us. So glad you guys made it back tonight. We're going to have a few signs we're going to check out tonight. And that's all I've got set out for tonight. I have piles to sort through right now. Randy's on. Jim's here. Jim said I saw us on for 31 seconds Sunday. So Dennis made it. And like I said, the counter was weird. Not only was the screen bright green, the timer would sit at 5 seconds and sit at 5 seconds and sit at 5 seconds, and all of a sudden it would go to 9. Then it would sit there and sit there and sit there, and all of a sudden it would go to 16. So I had no idea what was going on with that. I tried 5 times on the normal computer. Jeff's here, Alan's here. And finally I switched to the other computer, tried to set it up. Pete's here with us. And I actually got a screen on the other computer to come up about 45 minutes later. Leo made it. GOB's here. Randy's here. And but then the timer was still all wonky, so I finally just punted. I didn't know what else to do. But regardless, we're here tonight. It seems to be functioning at this point. It's weird. This technology seems to get better and the services get worse. I don't know. Shopcat made it. But what we got tonight are some signs from the F&E Collector Auto Auction. Yes, I do actually buy some stuff from my own auction that gets consigned and is pretty cool. Numero uno is here tonight and ready to go. Number 1 is with us again. So what I got tonight are some signs I picked up that were consigned to the F&E Collector Auto Auction. I just tell Dad what I'll give for him, and then he bids for me, so I don't have to try to deal with it. And I ended up with a couple of cool pieces. So Peter from Down Under's here. Yeah, no, William, I did not get it yet. It was not in today's mail. I did get your voicemail the other day, and we were just walking in to sit down and eat, and I forgot to call you back. But I'm keeping an eye out for it, Leo, and I did get your message there. So number 1 said he was there for all 5. Well, I'm glad you guys were trying. I was trying. I was really trying. I just could not make the thing function. So Travis is here. So anyway, let's get in. Let's check out a couple of these signs tonight, and then I got a ton of work to do, but definitely wanted to at least attempt it tonight and see if it would work. So the first pieces we've got restroom signs. A lot of service stations, a lot of had specific restroom signs. These are supposedly Texaco, and the guy that consigned these said they were actually new old stock when he got them. He did have them hanging for a while, but they were new old stock. Texaco, probably 60s era, men and ladies. These were a flange sign, so they would just screw right to the side of the building and stick out. So they said we're double-sided. We just mount flat on the building. I mean, we've all seen them, but these were original, kind of an off-white and kind of a sort of an olive green Texaco. Kenny's here. So I did pick these up. They were obviously in great condition, but like I said, the consignor said these were new old stock when he found them before he hung them up just in his display area. Obviously, they didn't sit outside for 30 years in the weather conditions. So they're still in great shape. I thought they were great pieces and was excited to be able to pick these up and add them to my collection. That's a good point. Number 1, they're probably illegal. That's a good point. Billy Bowman's here. I never thought about that. But there again, you have 2 doors to put them on. That's a good point, number 1. Maybe these are going to be collectible just because they say men and ladies on them. I don't know. Like I said, you probably can't put them up anymore. So, but regardless, great pieces. and glad to have them in my collection, if I can hold them upright. The next sign I got is a biggie. It actually didn't even look as big hanging up on the wall when the consignor brought it in and the guys hung it up. I didn't realize quite how big it was until we had to get it back down and haul it to my shop. So, but we'll see if we can flip this thing over this way a bit and check this Goodyear sign out. Now, it probably doesn't look quite as big on there. But let me grab a tape measure just so I can give you guys an idea that this thing is really a lot bigger than what it looks like. To put it into perspective, Kenny's digging it. It does have great colors. It is 96 inches across. It's 8 feet across and 51 high. So basically 8 feet by a little over 4 feet. But it is a nice sign. Obviously has great colors. Actually, that's actually not a Case Eagle. It's not Case. It is an Eagle, but it's not Case. The Goodyear sign actually did have a little bit, was used for target practice a little bit. These are Whammos, and they are actually, and it's kind of tough to see. We'll see. I'll see if we can get up here close and show you guys. Yeah, it's big. Tony's here. Like I said, it's a lot bigger than what I realized it was when I bought it. Because, like I said, I seen the guy bring it in, but I was in the middle of something else. The guys grabbed it, hung it up, and didn't really actually realize how big it was till we went to get it back down after I bought it. But you can see it's got really nice gloss to it, really great colors. I don't know if they actually flew that or not. Kansas turkey vulture or not. We'll check the Eagle out here in a minute, but I want to show you guys a little bit better look at this Goodyear sign. Because like I said, it was used for target practice, and you can actually see the bullet splatter from where where the actual contact was when this was hit. So obviously chipped the porcelain. And you can see where the bullet made contact and spattered against the metal. It is single-sided, and you can see it obviously has nice color and nice gloss. Yeah, but I don't know what caliber it was. Leo's digging it. Yeah. It is a nice sign. Like I said, it was a little more than I thought when I bought it, but it is a nice sign with great colors. Pete likes the bullet holes. Well, it's one of those things, it does give a little bit of character to it. But like I said, fortunately they didn't ruin the sign or just completely obliterate the sign. But it still looks great. It still has good color, and it's still a nice piece. So, but the Eagle is actually a White Eagle. White Eagle Service Station was in business from the early 20s to the early 30s before they were bought out from Standard Motor Products. So that is actually a cast iron White Eagle. I think that thing weighs 260 pounds, something like that. 240 or 260 pounds is what that Eagle weighs. It is solid cast iron. It is an original from sometime in the 20s, and it's a great piece. So that's a nice piece as well. But obviously, the Goodyear sign, a recent addition that showed up at F&E that I bought there, as well as the Texaco men's and ladies' restroom signs. Yeah, it's a doorstop and a half, that's for sure. And it's literally, I can't remember, 240, 260, something like that. It's well over 200 pounds. It's a beast of a piece. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it won't fly away. That's for sure. It's you grab a hold of this thing, and it is solid. It is stout. No, the Eagle I've had for a few years. I've had the Eagle for probably 5 or 6 years. The Goodyear sign. That's where the Eagle sits. That is the Eagle spot. That's where it always sits. It just happens to be that's where I could get the sign was so big. That was just a good spot to put the sign. It just happened to be next to the Eagle. But no, I've had the Eagle for 5 or 6 years. I'm not going to mount it on the roof. No. So, but it is a cool piece. It is original. Finding a non-chipped or non-broken cast iron White Eagle is very difficult. And they are hard to find in unbroken condition. And that one is unbroken. We did sandblast it and repainted it. But it is an unbroken original cast iron White Eagle. So it's a cool piece as well. And that's just kind of its home. That's just kind of where he sits. So, which is a good spot for him right there by the door. Pete wants to see a close-up of the Eagle, okay? At the station, where they sat at the station was you'd have like the building, and then you'd have your pumps in front of the building. Between the pumps and out to the road, in that area, kind of where it would be like a ditch area, out towards that way, towards the road. Yard sales or pop-up auctions recently. I've had a bunch of auctions. I've had a little bit of everything going on. And those actually sat on a concrete base. They would have the building, the pumps in front of the building, then out towards the road. The Eagle would typically be on a concrete base that was like 3 feet tall. And then the Eagle would be mounted on top of that out towards the highway. So let's go ahead and take it up. Pete wants to check out a closer look at the Eagle, so we'll go ahead and run over there real quick. We got a minute tonight since we don't have a full episode planned tonight, just catching these signs. So let's check out the White Eagle. I'll grab the tape measure and give you guys some dimensions on that too. If I can hold everything at the same time. But like I said, this thing is solid cast iron. Lift it over your head. That is not going to happen. And he's right about just a little bit under 3 feet tall. Now, like I said, you can see the bolt holes on the base of this thing because this was designed to bolt to a concrete stand. That's right. I think things are going to the birds. So these holes are original, and that's where they would have had studs in the concrete where these would have sat out towards the road. They could bolt them to the concrete, and hopefully they would stay there. This one's got a little dust on it. It sits right here by the door, so it's gotten a little dusty. But that is a solid piece of cast iron. So you can see all the feathers. Everything is cast. The beak, the eye, the feathers, this is all cast into this cast iron. So that's kind of what I've got for tonight. A couple of signs and I guess an eagle. So yeah, they are great. They are hard to find, like we talked about. There's a white eagle expert who lives down around El Dorado, Augusta area, which there was actually a White Eagle refinery in Augusta. And I talked to him, and like I said, this guy has done tons and tons and tons of research on White Eagle. And he believes there were around 4,000 to 4,500 of those eagles cast originally in that basically 10-year span that they were in business. So that's kind of roughly how many they think were made based on some research. And, of course, obviously not all those have survived. So it's not an extremely common piece. They do pop up from time to time. They are fairly pricey. But like I said, that is kind of, they are what they are. If you want a good, unbroken, original cast iron, they're just not cheap. So that's, but it's a great piece. We were definitely excited to add that one to the collection when we snagged it, and had a good time with it. So see the comment about the Ford sign above the door. We'll have to do that here one of these days. We'll definitely catch some more of these signs. We can start doing the same thing in here. You know, whenever we do episodes in here, if you guys want to throw another sign, on the end, we can sure do that as well. I'll keep that Ford sign in mind. That is kind of a unique Ford sign. We'll look at it real quick just from here. Ford sales and service. The reason I bought that sign, two reasons. It came from the estate of a guy that I knew my whole life. Actually came from the same estate where my Oldsmobile Neon came from. I always admired that sign when I was at his place. Besides the Oldsmobile and the Buick Neons that we got, I bought the Oldsmobile, Dad bought the Buick. That sign says sales and service, Ford, Lincoln, and Fordson. Cars, trucks, and tractors. So I always thought that was unique to have Lincolns and tractors as well as Ford cars on the same sign. So we'll take a closer look at that next time we got a few minutes and get a little bit better look at that. But obviously, you know, we've got this whole building here. We've got signs all along the walls piled up in here too. I've got piles of signs in the back. Mike says like and subscribe. Appreciate that. They're already gone, Kenny. I shipped that stuff today. So, so yep, it's on the way. So not a problem. Yep. So definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 15,000. As crazy as that sounds. I mean, for some reason, I've always had 15,000 subscribers in my head as being, you know, at that point, although at least I've got a solid channel. Obviously, probably not going to be like Derek with Vice Grip at 1.7 million. But I always thought if I hit 15,000 subs, I'd at least have a solid channel. And I'm like right there. I'm like 7 away. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and help me hit that goal. So Pete said he didn't even see the eagle when he was here. Yeah. There is stuff everywhere in here. There are literally piles of signs in the back that need to be hung. So just a long-term process. You know, we get a few done here, a few done there, and it just takes a lot of time. But we'll get there eventually. We hang a few here and there when we have some time and keep decorating things up. But just takes a lot of time to get things up and the way you want it type stuff. So. But anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. I'm glad it worked. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the Goodyear sign. It is a nice sign with great colors and nice porcelain. So, yep, I'm hoping to get there pretty quick, Kenny. I'm looking for that 15,000 number, which, you know, there again, I'm just trying to stay consistent, trying to do stuff that you guys enjoy and like and want to make things happen. And that's what we're doing. There's a ton of stuff I've got coming up. I mean, a ton of stuff. And we'll get into a little bit more of this on Sunday night. In the last 2 weeks, you know, the Hutch swap meet was right before we were on the last Sunday. I had an auction on the 4th. I hit a big salvage yard last Friday. I hit another auction last Saturday. So I've got content coming from the auction Saturday, all kinds of car stuff. Everything we love on here. Maps, license plates, emblems, toys, parts, new old stock parts, signs, oil cans, tons and tons of that stuff from last Saturday. I got a video from that auction, plus all the stuff I bought there. So I'll have a video on all the stuff I bought at the auction. I'll have a video on the stuff from the salvage yard. Basically, since the Hutch swap meet, which was the last time we met on a Sunday night, I think between Hutch, the auction on the 4th, and the auction last Saturday, I think I have bought roughly, I haven't counted everything, but I think somewhere well between 300 and 400 oil cans over the last 2.5 weeks. So we've got a lot of great stuff that's going to be coming up on the auctions. I'm getting some awesome stuff for the big Christmas auction coming up first part of December. Awesome. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Sad and empty toilet roll. Hey, I'm glad you're here hanging out with us. Yeah, definitely, Leo. Definitely hope to be back on Sunday. Definitely keep an eye out for your money order. Yes, I've still got the video from when Derek with Vice Grip Garage was here. So that I've got that video. I got the video with Derek from Vice Grip Garage. I got some new inventory shot. I stopped by an old salvage yard last week. So I've got videos from there. I've got videos from the auction. I've got a video from unloading the truck. I've got a teaser video. Believe it or not, I went to a salvage yard and the auction. I got the bed cover closed on my pickup. I don't know how, but I mean, by the time, even after we got luggage loaded back up Sunday morning, after Shayla and I got everything in the truck when we were going to leave the hotel, I still had one or two cubic feet in the back seat of the pickup. So I should have bought more at the auction. I mean, when you guys see the teaser video, you'll understand. Because I mean, when I open the back of the truck, it is like level. I'm like, I don't know how I got the bed cover down level. The bed cover has locks underneath. It was packed so tight. I was trying to moving stuff around, trying to get under to get my bed locks loose to get the cover up. It was that crazy. So, but it was a lot of great stuff. And like I said, all the stuff that we love. Killer hood ornaments. And like I said, cans, toys, emblems, just it goes on and on. A little bit of everything we love was there. Killer spark plugs, cool spark plug boxes. Just a little bit of everything. So we're definitely going to be getting a ton of that stuff on Toy Tuesday. And like I said, all I did was unloaded it and laid it out. I'll show you guys a video just of all of it laid out so you can get an idea of what was there. But man, there's a lot of great stuff that's going to be hitting the auctions for you guys too. So, oh yeah, there were some other dealers there. So yeah, I wasn't the only one buying. But we got to that auction at 8:30 Saturday morning. They started selling at 10. And we left at 8 o'clock that night. So it was a long day. But I got some great stuff. But anyway, I'm going to get to work. I know you guys got stuff to do. Appreciate the new subscribers. Glad you guys are hanging out with us. We'll get some more new content up tomorrow night as well as Friday night. And then hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed that things work on Sunday for Sunday night live chat so we can get back together, get back on our normal schedule for Sunday, and have a great time on there. So be sure to check us out 7 o'clock Sunday night. We sure hope to see you live for the live chat there. Bring on the spark plug, says Jim. We will definitely get some of that stuff worked into some Toy Tuesdays, and we'll get some of that stuff worked into the auctions. So it's a great time. You guys are going to be excited about it. We'll get into a little bit more detail about some of that stuff on Sunday night. And but for now, I'm going to get to work, and hope you guys have a great week. Stay tuned. Check out the new videos coming up this weekend. Hopefully, we will see you 7 o'clock Sunday night for some live chat. Thanks for watching tonight, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.